story-wise.
Hey, now listen. We're starting Silent Hill 1.
The lights are on. We're scared.
Close your eyes and listen to this song that's coming up. But in all seriousness, do not watch this cutscene. And you guys too, do not watch this cutscene. It gives away a lot of the game. It has a lot of the game story in it. But we need to leave it on because the song is so boss. So
okay, close your eyes.
You can actually
every now and then I get a little. Was that this?
You can find like a separate video that just has the song, maybe.
Again, don't watch. Close your eyes. It's gonna give away a lot. You don't want it. You don't want to see it.
Well, we're talking over it anyway.
That's literally
Ben, BTFOs, everybody.
That's where they drop the bass in.
What's
1999.
the composer's name?
Akira Toriyama. Anyway, so that's enough of that.
You just picked a Japanese sounding.
No, I definitely knew it's Akira, but I don't know the last
So,
name.
here's how this run's gonna go. I originally sat down and thought, okay, what am I doing here? Am I gonna do a semi-speed run, or am I gonna do something where I just explore everything and kind of show all this stuff? Here's the deal about Silent Hill. Unlike other types of games where you can, like, easily just be like, let's explore, Silent Hill's not based on that. Like, as odd as it is, Silent Hill is one of those games, especially the first one, because there are so many enemies in Silent Hill, and they, like, when you're outside, they, like, never, They respawn. They're just everywhere, you know.
So you just need to get good.
You just need to literally get good. It's one of those games, if you don't know where you're going, you're gonna have a bad time. So we're gonna do a semi-speed run. There will be a couple. I'm not gonna be worried about my time or anything, but there will be some times where I'll stop and show you like a specific thing, but I'm not gonna go out of my way. So the story so far, you are Harry Mason. Cheryl is his daughter. Cheryl Mason. You lost. You lost your daughter. You have no idea where she is, and
your wife's daughter?
you found out that for whatever reason, I think you get like a note, like she leaves a note or something saying, you know, meet me in Silent Hill. Silent Hill is a resort town.
That looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
I would vacation there.
It's July and snowing, by the way.
Yeah, it is July. It is July, and
What a great resort. Wait, that's you?
No, that's Cheryl.
Oh, I thought you were controlling her.
So, yeah,
Where are you going?
Silent Hill is a resort town.
Where are you going?
Oh,
where?
Dude, I called it.
Dude,
you're asking the right questions.
Stop.
So you just try to, you know, figure out. You see your daughter right away, and you're like, cool. Well, let's go find her. Why is she running? Hey, anyone who has kids, you know how you tell them to do something that
when you lose them in a resort town and it's snowing in July.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say the running animation.
He does look very odd.
Yeah.
He's walking with determination. He's pissed.
It contributes to the unsettling nature of the game.
But it's like he's mad. He's like, get over here.
I think it's mostly because he has huge feet and also his wrists are like outward.
Yeah, his legs look
Oh
like
gosh.
So yeah,
Dude, you just ran by that.
Yeah, he doesn't comment on it.
he doesn't comment on it.
Oh,
Camera.
I like that camera.
Oh my gosh, that's unsettling.
This game also uses tank controls, so you can understand.
I want to point something out real quick. That running that I just did without running into a wall
really hard.
was really, really good, actually.
You
Like
have to
that
move
was
the sticks just right.
Well, it's not the sticks, it's the D-pad. So that was actually
right.
really, really good. I mean, obviously a speedrunner could do
Oh my god!
every time, but that was pretty boss.
This is
I don't remember this being.
Why?
So...
Like, this starts off, like,
That's right.
bad.
Yep.
Like, jeez.
So, yeah, all of a sudden it's dark and there's a lot of blood and you're like,
and everything's upside down. Oh,
They did a really good job of
gosh.
setting up the scene with the camera in there. It's weird, but it sets a really cool mood.
What is this?
Oh my gosh.
So,
going on?
this is
Hey,
one,
it's an M rating.
this is 1 minute into the game. So you turn around.
Oh!
And,
What?
And there's these little enemies.
Oh,
Now,
those
spoilers, you try to get out, but you can't. And eventually you'll just get killed. So I'm gonna stand here and take it. Like, man! Alright.
Those were always my worst.
We'll see him again in a little bit. So yeah, I think what happens is you run out and then it's all like suddenly blocked off and you're like, huh.
The fact that they like attack by just kind of like falling over is just terrifying. Like they don't like have an attack.
They are.
Just, like,
so I've been playing the game through again, and I'm almost at the very end of the game, and from replaying the game, they are the hardest enemies. They're the hardest enemies. There's other, like...
Is that Jill?
This is Sybil. She's a cop.
That's Claire.
Claire. They're the toughest enemies to get away from. They really are. And again, this game, as I mentioned before, is all about running. Running and dodging. You don't want to fight too much. It is what it is.
Yeah, the fighting is terrible.
Oh, like I've been run over by a truck. But I'm alright, I guess.
Except for everything. Like, what?
Yeah, Sybil is a very unsettlingly nice but weird character.
Oh, Silent Hill.
All of Silent Hill. Every character in Silent Hill was like, what you want them to say is what they don't say, if that makes sense. You want to be like, you want Harry to be like, what the heck's going on? It's snowing in July.
Right.
But he's just like, oh, wow, I don't feel good.
I don't know.
Also, my family's missing, and I'm terrified.
I saw my daughter, and then I saw, like, all these little, like, children stabbing me. Like, doesn't say anything like that. It's just
blood
like,
everywhere?
I don't feel good.
Huh.
Have you seen a little girl?
Short, black hair.
Just turned 7 last month. Short, black hair.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Harry.
My daughter.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
Thanks for the clarification.
The only person I've seen in this town is you.
So again,
Ever?
that's kind of weird.
Where is everybody?
I'd tell you if I knew, believe me.
Why is she here? We don't know yet.
But from what I can tell,
We'll get deeper into it later.
It's like 15 seconds into
that's all I know.
she existing.
Really makes me think.
What's your name?
Harold.
Harry. Harry Mason.
Pretty good name for a character of a game like this,
too
by the way.
close to Perry Mason.
First name.
I'm a police
Second
officer
person.
from Brams, the next town over.
Brahms.
The phones are all dead, and the radio too. I'm going back to call in some reinforcements.
Okay.
See ya.
For what?
That is true.
Here's
That is a
the
good
thing.
question. What reinforcements against what?
Right.
Hold it. Where do you think?
That's a good. That's a really good question,
It is
actually.
extremely foggy.
I've got to find her.
Gotta find her.
No way. It's dangerous out
That's
there.
instruction.
Also, this
Why?
music. Boom, boom,
In
boom.
that case, I need to find her now.
Oh!
She's my little girl.
Get wrecked, Sybil.
I can't just leave her out there by herself.
Have you even cared about anyone in your life, Sybil?
Have you got a gun?
Whoa. Jeez.
Bruh.
No.
Take this, and hope you don't
All
have
right.
to use it.
Okay.
I'm gonna try
Oh,
not
shit.
to. I know, right?
Alright.
I know.
Take my service revolver. And then now I'm without a
Know
weapon.
who you're shooting.
I don't think I'll ever have to use this.
This
And
is
don't do it unless you have to.
quite
Don't go blasting
extraordinary.
me by mistake. Got it?
Yeah, shoots her 1 second later.
Yeah.
Shoots
Thanks.
himself.
Yeah.
Points gun at her. Thanks.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Nearby.
Jostles gun in her face.
I know they don't have to like go into every intricate detail, but in games like this, it's always like, do you know how to use a gun? No. Well, let me teach you. It's just like, do you know how to use this? Yeah. So yeah.
You
so
just put
Yeah, anyone?
flashlight is
you ever,
pretty
you ever
important.
hold a gun?
Dude, I gotta admit, I love the aesthetic of this game.
Oh my gosh,
It is
it's
Yeah.
so
fantastic. So this is the start menu. You press it by pressing select.
Nice.
Triggered. Is it broken? I'm leaving. Peace.
Good. That radio.
What? Alright, that's.
I mean, we're
Oh,
like
does it not let you leave
It's that
until you
map.
pick
It's
up all the items?
it's this map. That's it.
we're like
It
10
literally
minutes-
literally does not let you
That's actually pretty
go
smart.
without the map, which is pretty cool.
We're like 10 minutes into this, and I'm already sad that Silent Hills was canceled.
Yep.
What's that?
I like all the Silent Hill games, even if they have obvious problems, like some of the newer ones. In fact, the original Silent Hill game has obvious problems, which you guys will see, but there's something just so... It's still so frightening.
Like, you even love that top-down Diablo one?
Hell yeah, I love that game.
Dun, dun,
There,
dun, dun.
there you are,
Is that a
just
song?
using it.
What's happening?
I think you have to kill that enemy. I've never done it any other way, because you really ought to have this radio.
Yeah! That radio is...
So the
freaking
radio, for
important.
people who are completely unfamiliar with Silent Hill, when enemies get near, it makes noises like it just did, so it'll make just like some sort of like
Static.
white static noise or whatever.
Just very unsettling.
check that alley again. Now, this game...
Let's go back to where I died.
This game is also known for something, which is...
maps.
Checking the maps constantly.
And you updating the maps with, like, your own handwriting.
And that's another really cool thing. So if you go to an area and it's like blocked off, he'll draw like an X on it.
Dude, there are still games made nowadays that don't do that. And I'm
That's
just
so
like, why?
bogus. So that means an enemy is nearby. So we're gonna just avoid every enemy, especially out here. Once we get,
so now it went away.
Once we get, yeah, that means they're just in another
area. I don't
area.
know how you avoid anything with those tree trunk legs you got.
He's an ent.
Sort of interestingly, and I'm sure Spencer knows this, but one of the reasons why they use fog and like it's snowing in July is because
wrecked!
They couldn't make the game with like a long enough draw distance to actually like render everything. So they always have to have some effect to make the draw distance really close, otherwise the game wouldn't run.
But it's a much more believable
See, yep,
effect.
I messed up that time.
Like than in some places where it's just like foggy for no reason.
It's
At least
one of
it's
my-
like believable.
It's one of my favorite things where it's ingenuity because of technical limitations, and I always think it makes games better.
And the other thing that's really cool about it is it ended up being like the biggest like thing about the game. You think Silent Hill, what's the first thing you think of? Well, like the fog, right?
Yep.
It's like the first thing.
And that's what makes the enemies even scarier.
Yep.
Like, because if you could see the enemies like 6 screens ahead, you'd be like, okay.
So we need to get to that school. It's just a couple blocks over.
Yeah,
it's
that's
fine,
easy.
right? Yeah. So you'll notice I'm going to start doing a bunch of random stuff, and that's because nothing is easy to get around here. By the way, sketchbook cover. This picture, it's me. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
The first picture's true. For being 5, but that's me.
Crowbar?
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you. I completely forgot. I attack so little in this game that
I don't know if like you need it just in case like a fight.
Honestly, there's a part way later in the game where you need a
melee
need a melee thing to do. It's not a fight, but you need to do something. So it's good to have, just in case I miss the other melee.
Whoa.
Damn it. That part is seriously, if you don't remember it, it's seriously super hard. Another part that's going to be super hard is these dogs waiting right outside here. Nice.
I like how when they jump, it's so floaty.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it!
Wow, that
Dude,
was-
I played the whole game without getting hit before with these outside enemies. I just got wrecked.
That was a snipe.
That was a no-scope, dude. So to get away from those enemies, that's what you do. You just kind of run away from them that way.
You let them start to attack, and then you can dodge them.
Yeah, and then you dodge them. Wow, that was actually kind of amazing. So, I wish I was better that I wouldn't have to check the map all the time, but as you can tell, these enemies are constant, so you just really want to make sure you have as few steps out there as possible.
And
Now,
also because the way you dodge them, you're like immediately like, okay, did I turn around?
Yeah.
You're like, did I turn the wrong way?
So, the good news is this area has the easiest enemies by far. Unfortunately, later on the outside ones, they get a lot harder and harder to get away from. So,
great.
We're gonna head over here for those
awesome.
reasons. There's papers, and it says Doghouse 11th Street. Okay.
All right.
Now there is a doghouse right. 11th Street's right over here. There's a doghouse right here.
You weren't able to check it before.
And you are not able to check it before you check that paperwork. Yes, understandable,
Yeah,
because
so
you
you
just
pass
walk by
out
and it's
and
like,
like-
there's a doghouse. So what? So what?
Oh
my god.
Correct.
So there's a funny picture out there of when you check that doghouse before you check that note. It says it's a doghouse, but there's no dog around, and there's always a dog like in the background.
Right there.
There's no dog around. Getting killed. Nothing useful, huh? So this game has a lot of items out there. I think at the end of the game it'll say it has like something like 250 items.
Wow.
The thing is, like, I should be okay. And there's 3 locks on this, and you check this, and it says something written on the map. Keys for Eclipse. Copy to the map. So we need to go find 3 keys.
Is there not something on the counter?
Huh? I don't think so.
Probably not. Like, that one thing looks like a thing right there.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a tough part about this. Silent Hill 2, it really illuminates the items.
Oh, okay.
So, like, it makes it not, like, glowingly obvious, like a Resident Evil 5 or 6 where they're, like, literally going, oh!
Yeah.
But, like...
More video gamey.
More video gamey. So, we are going to go down Matheson. The names of the streets are, I believe, all different authors. So there's like a Dean Koontz?
Koontz? Yep.
Dean Koontz and...
These are amazing.
Bradbury. We all know Ray Bradbury.
He's an amazing Stephen King knockoff.
Good. Get wrecked. So yeah, this is the early...
like 11.
Yeah, I don't know who Levin is.
I'm looking it up. Ira Levin?
Maybe.
Probably.
I think...
Rosemary's Baby. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, well, that makes sense then. Because this game is really heavily based off of two things: Jacob's Ladder, the movie, and Rosemary's Baby.
Got it.
And I think it's on my left. Thing about Silent Hills, even when you have it memorized or like you know a fair share, you're like you don't, you know. Did I pass it? Even when you think you got it, you don't.
Even when you have it memorized and you know where you're going, you don't.
Oh, what the hell? Must be on this side.
Oh!
Hey, baby.
Why does everything have no skin?
Isn't it just great? There should be... It should change camera angles at some point. Maybe it's that. Like that.
Nice move, bro.
No.
It was such a ginger leap backwards.
Oh.
Now what in the world? It's supposed to...
How is he ginger leaping with those trunks?
I know, he's crazy. It should change camera angles to show me something. I guess I'll just have to do it for myself.
Okay.
Got it.
Wait. Go back.
That now.
Jeez! Nice!
Boy, this run is going a lot worse than it did my first time. Oh, here it is. My bad.
Okay.
You were...
So here's the
use that health drink.
first key. Yeah, I get one right there, so I might as well. I don't generally use them
That's
until...
the dog.
No, the dog! Am I on yellow? Nah.
Whoa, look at this. Flirting with disaster.
Nothing can...
Still green.
Nothing can hurt you that greatly at this point, so there's really no reason to.
Okay.
So we're gonna
Don't
head down
explain that,
to...
speedrunner.
Hey, you're welcome. So the speedrun strats are before you even get to 11th Street, just because you memorize it, you just go get all the keys, and then once you get to 11th Street and get to the dog, you just use them. But I didn't do that. Sorry, sorry,
The
folks.
speedrun strat is also looking at the map way more often.
Oh yeah. Speedrun strat probably doesn't even open the dang map at all once. This one takes it like the first time I did it took me so long, even though they mark it on the dang map.
Hey.
Wow. That was
Ah!
very frightening.
I know, right?
Yeah, well.
You know, that happened to me last time I picked it up. I was like, cool, my PS2. And then the last one.
Yeah, especially since we're using like a PS3 for the first time, because rip the other PS3.
Yeah, so that's a funny story. My other PS3, about, I don't know, 6 months, a year ago, had problems with its its power source. It just, well, wouldn't turn on. So I got our friend George to change it, and it lasted great for a while. It lasted just long enough for me to do my FF7 LP. And then the next time I went to go use it, like 2 days later, it just won't turn on. Yeah. And I was like, well, that's cool.
It knew.
And the only reason that I had George do it, because the part's cheap, and I was like, dude, I really don't feel like getting back out of Midgar again. That's like 5 hours of gameplay. I was like, I'll pay the, whatever, $20 for the part, you know, so, yeah. That was a thing. Alright, so we're gonna head, I believe it is down here. It's at one of the,
Sounds almost like somebody robbed a bank nearby.
Yeah, seriously. You can turn it off, but
Oh, why would you? That's crazy.
what's the
Dude!
The car.
That's not it. I thought I could have this part memorized, but I guess I didn't. Got that one. Got that one. I'm not doing anything right now. Not a problem in the least.
You just thinking?
I'm just
thinking on it?
Just thinking on it.
I mean, you know,
It's
just...
weird that they only mark 2 of the keys. Is the 3rd key you're just supposed to find it?
Yeah, and I think it's a top. It's at the end of one of these cutout ways. Sorry guys, I messed up. I only ran this through one time. Thought I could do it. Thought I could memorize it, but I couldn't.
We only don't forgive you.
Did you like that move?
See ya.
See it. Man, it's at the end of one of these things. I thought it was at the one at the bottom there. Maybe it's at top of 11th Street. Also, Harry is a very fit human being.
Yeah, he's running all day.
Thank goodness it's not like Vice City,
Right.
where like you're like constantly like that would be the worst. That would just be constantly like find a small area where enemies aren't and rest.
It also means you could play Silent Hill with GTA controls, which would be a lot more fun but less scary.
Yes, and that's a big thing actually, and that is not it. Okay, I'm a little upset. Okay.
I mean, that's what happens, guys. I mean,
Maybe
this
check
is Silent Hill. It's a
Checking
scary
that
place.
bottom one again, you just missed it.
Yeah, that's.
Things happen. Things move around.
Yeah, this game's actually all RNG.
Can somebody put